Should we talk about the duck?
Yeah, go on.
What the f did you put in that sauce? It was like some sci-fi sperm.
Sci-fi sperm?
Yeah, where's the orange juice?
So it's an orange squash?
Yes.
A concentrate?
Yeah. You know, all the reports of the people we do eat love the sauce.
Gordon Ramsay, the British chef, restaurateur, writer, TV personality, food critic, and interestingly he was also a professional footballer, Gordon Ramsay is a household name. But in between all the swearing, shouting and cooking, we want to find out whether Ramsay also squeezed in a hair transplant. Having been awarded 16 Michelin Stars, Ramsay is one of the best known and most influential chefs in the UK. He's presented British series such as Hell's Kitchen, The F Word and Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, as well as well-known American series such as MasterChef and The Americans' Hell's Kitchen. But we're interested in the chef's hair. Did he have a hair transplant? Well, first we can see in these images that Ramsay is clearly showing some signs of balding earlier on in his life. This is also known as androgenetic alopecia or male pattern baldness. Now, male pattern baldness is thought to be caused by a sensitivity to DHT or dihydrotestosterone. DHT is created when the 5-alpha reductase enzyme attaches onto the testosterone hormone. This then attacks the hair follicles and leads to miniaturization of the hair. If you get a hair transplant and you don't treat the underlying cause of your hair loss, then your hair transplant will be a complete waste of money and it will just fall out again. We'll get into how you can combat the causes of your hair loss later on in the video. Now, with all this in mind, there are 3 things that lead us to believe that Ramsay has had a transplant. The first thing is in 2011, when Ramsay was spotted leaving a Los Angeles hair transplant clinic, and this sparked rumours that he had undergone surgery. He was also seen wearing a black surgical cap around his head. This is a clinic where people pay up to £40,000 for a hair transplant. Then he was also spotted with David Beckham in Los Angeles on New Year's Eve with a very puffy face. This can be a common side effect of hair transplants. According to a 2014 study published in the International Journal of Trichology, it concluded that 42.47% of hair transplant patients suffer from post-surgical edema, which is a buildup of fluid that causes swelling, and it appears this is what it is. In addition, the same study found that 23.29% of people suffer from sterile folliculitis, which is an uncomfortable, itchy kind of rash or scarring as seen here. However, Gordon claims he was in Napa for Christmas and had an allergic reaction to horses, which in all fairness could be plausible. The third thing is that in 2014, Ramsay was seen with a brand new hairstyle. He had severely undercut the back of his head. Now, this could be a sign that Ramsay had another hair transplant operation. Typically, FUE hair transplant operations involve taking hair follicles from the back of the head because these areas are less likely to be affected by male pattern baldness following a transplant. This could explain Ramsay's peculiar choice of hairstyle. The shaven back and sides, combined with the long fringe, insinuate that Gordon may have well been hiding something. So, first it was rumoured he had a transplant in 2011, then it appears as though he had another one in 2014. Well, why would he need one so soon after the other? Well, if you don't address the underlying cause of your hair in the first place, it's highly likely that a hair transplant will be a waste of money and you'll have to undergo surgery again. So, he spent £40,000 the first time, maybe could have spent £40,000 the second time. How could Gordon make sure his hair doesn't fall out again following his second surgery? As the 5-alpha reductase enzyme that attaches onto testosterone to create dihydrotestosterone, and those sensitive to dihydrotestosterone suffer from hair loss, the first thing that we would recommend that Ramsay does is alkalize his diet. That means removing acidic foods like red meats, dairy, simple carbs and alcohol, and replacing it with more alkalizing foods such as vegetables, fresh fruits, raw soaked nuts and seeds, and many herbs. This is one of the best natural ways to start reversing hair loss. We would also recommend that Ramsey does 1 to 2 microneedling sessions per week. This is where you use a device such as a derma roller to stimulate new hair growth. We've already done an extremely in-depth guide on how you can use a derma roller, so I'm going to link that for you in the description, and you can also claim your free derma roller by clicking the link in the description so you can start with a microneedling therapy yourself. Now, we would also recommend that Ramsey stops using harsh, chemical-laden shampoos and opts for shampoos that use natural products, and preferably one that contains caffeine to help stimulate hair growth. And finally, we recommend that Ramsey should be doing regular scalp massage and using a combination of scalp elixirs. We've said it before, but if you don't address the underlying cause of a hair transplant, then it will be a complete waste of money. It appears as though Ramsey has had 2 transplants, so we recommend following through with a solid hair care routine beforehand. We hope you enjoyed this video on Mr. Gordon Ramsay. Make sure to hit subscribe and we will see you in the next video.